You've been waiting, you've been praying, you've been wondering, God, when? When will I meet the one you have for me? But let me tell you something today. God is not in the business of wasting time. When he moves with purpose. When he aligns with precision. And when he introduces you to your soulmate, it is not by accident, it is by divine design. See, some of you are searching for love in places God never sent you. Some of you are holding on to people God never chose for you. But today we are going to break that mindset. Today we are stepping into the revelation that God himself is the ultimate matchmaker. And when he brings two souls together, no force in this world can separate them. Before God ever introduces you to your soulmate, he prepares you. Because the truth is, if he gave you what you were asking for before you were ready to receive it, you would mishandle it. Some of you have been praying, God, where is my person? Where is the one you have for me? But let me ask you something. Have you become the person who is ready to receive them? See, God does not bring blessings into disorder. He does not place something sacred into a space that is unprepared. When he was creating the world, he first brought order before he filled it with life. And when he is preparing you for your soulmate, he does the same thing. He works on you before he brings them into your life. Some of you are in a season right now where you feel alone. You feel unseen. You feel like you are waiting and waiting while everyone around you is getting married, getting engaged, starting their lives together. But what you don't see is that God is doing something deep inside you. He is refining you. He is stretching you. He is teaching you how to love, how to forgive, how to let go of the pain from your past. Because if you carry brokenness into the blessing, you will turn that blessing into another burden. Sometimes we think we are ready when we are not. We think if only I had the right person, then I would be happy. But the truth is, no person can complete you. That is a burden no human being was created to carry. If you don't know how to be whole on your own, you will not be whole with another person. If you are looking for someone else to validate you, to fill the void inside you, then you are not ready for the one God has for you. Because what God gives is not meant to replace him. It is meant to reflect him. And so in this season of waiting, God is working. He is healing wounds you haven't even acknowledged yet. He is teaching you how to pray, how to trust, how to surrender, because a relationship that is truly from him is not built on emotions alone. It is built on purpose. And he will never send someone to you until you are in a position where you can handle the weight of what he is about to give. So don't despise the preparation. Don't rush the process. Don't fight against what God is doing inside you. Because when the time is right, he will make the introduction. And when he does, you will be ready not just to receive love, but to give it the way he intended. Your soulmate is not just someone to walk beside you in life. They are someone who is tied to your destiny. When God brings two people together, he is not just thinking about love, companionship, or happiness. He is thinking about purpose, because the person he has for you is not just a partner. They are a divine assignment, a part of the greater plan he has written over your life. Some of you have been looking at relationships the way the world looks at them. You've been measuring people based on attraction, chemistry, and convenience. But let me tell you something. God does not introduce people into your life for shallow reasons. He is not just giving you someone to fill your lonely nights or to make you feel special. He is giving you someone who will help you become who you were always meant to be. If you study the way God moves, you will see that every relationship he ordains serves a greater purpose. When he brought Adam and Eve together, it wasn't just for companionship, it was for dominion. When he aligned Ruth with Boaz, it wasn't just for love, it was for legacy. When he united Mary and Joseph, it wasn't just for partnership, it was to raise the Savior. Every time God introduces two people in his divine timing, it is because something greater than them is at stake. And that is why the one God has for you will not just make you happy, they will make you better. They will push you toward your calling. They will challenge you to grow. They will speak life into you when you feel weak, remind you of your purpose when you feel lost, and stand beside you when the weight of your assignment feels too heavy to carry alone. Because real love, God-ordained love, It's not just about romance. It is about alignment. Some of you are wondering why certain relationships didn't work out. You are asking God, why did you let them leave? Why did you allow my heart to break? But what you don't see is that sometimes God removes a person because they are not tied to where he is taking you. You may have felt connected to them in the moment, but they were not meant to walk with you into your destiny. And if God had allowed them to stay, they would have pulled you off the path he designed for you. So when God introduces you to your soulmate, it won't just be about what you feel. It will be about what he is building. It will not just be about what you want. It will be about what he has called you to do, because real love, divine love, is not a distraction. It is a confirmation. It is not just about two people coming together. It is about two callings merging into one. And when that introduction happens, you will know, because the love God sends does not pull you away from your purpose. It pushes you deeper into it. Before God introduces you to your soulmate, he often separates you from people, places, and situations that are not meant for your destiny. This separation can feel painful, confusing, and even unfair, but it is necessary. Some of you are asking God for a divine connection while still holding on to relationships that were never meant to last. You are praying for the right person while entertaining the wrong one. You are seeking alignment while still carrying attachments to people who do not have the capacity to go where God is leading you. Separation is one of the most powerful tools God uses to prepare you for what is next. When he removes certain people from your life, it is not because he is punishing you. It is because he is protecting you. He sees what you do not see. He knows what you do not know. He understands the weight of your future, and he will not allow someone to stay in your life if they are going to hinder the purpose he has placed on you. But here's the problem. Many of us fight against this separation. We cling to relationships that are clearly breaking us. We hold on to people who have already shown us that they are not willing to grow with us. We settle for connections that make sense in the moment but have no foundation for the future. And then we wonder why we feel stuck, why we keep experiencing heartbreak, why we cannot seem to move forward. God separates before he connects because he knows that not everyone has the ability to carry what he is placing in you. Some people were sent into your life for a season, and when that season is over, trying to force them to stay will only bring unnecessary pain. Some relationships were built on temporary emotions rather than divine purpose, and when emotions fade, there is nothing left to sustain them. Some connections were never meant to be permanent in the first place, and holding on to them only delays the introduction to the one who actually belongs in your life. Think about the story of Abraham. God gave him a promise, but before that promise could be fulfilled, he had to separate from Lot. As long as Lot was with him, there was conflict, there was delay, there was confusion. But the moment they parted ways, God showed Abraham what was next. Some of you are still waiting for your promise while refusing to let go of your Lot. You are asking God to bless a relationship he never ordained. You are trying to hold on to something that was meant to be temporary, and because of that, you are delaying the very introduction you are praying for. But when God separates, he also restores. When he removes, he also replaces. And when he closes the door, he does not leave you empty. He is simply making room for what is truly meant for you. Some of you need to trust the separation. You need to release what no longer serves your growth. You need to let go of the attachment to people who have already served their purpose in your life. Because the sooner you surrender, the sooner you will see why God allowed it to happen. When the right person comes, you will not have to fight for them to stay. You will not have to convince them of your worth. You will not have to shrink yourself to fit their expectations. The one God has for you will not require you to compromise your purpose, your peace, or your identity. They will recognize you just as you will recognize them, but before that introduction can happen, there must be separation. So if you are in a season where it feels like things are falling apart, where certain relationships are ending, where doors are closing, Do not resist it. Trust that God is clearing the way. Trust that He is making space. Trust that He is positioning you for something far greater than what you are losing. Because when He removes, He also restores. And when He separates, it is only so that He can connect you to something better. God's timing is never off. He does not operate on human schedules, nor is He bound by the pressure of society's timelines. When it comes to introducing you to your soulmate, He moves with intention, wisdom, and precision. Some of you have been feeling like time is slipping away, like you are running out of chances, like everyone around you is moving forward while you are standing still. You've watched friends get engaged, get married, build families, and yet here you are, still waiting, still hoping, still wondering when it will be your turn. But what if I told you that God is not delaying you? He is preparing you. What if I told you that what looks like stagnation is actually divine positioning? What if I told you that while you are waiting, God is working, aligning everything so that when the introduction happens, it will be undeniable, unstoppable, and unshakable? Human nature always wants things now. It wants love on demand, relationships without process, fulfillment without patience. But the love that God authors is not rushed. It is not forced. It is not built on impulsive emotions or fleeting desires. It is carefully constructed in the unseen, long before it ever manifests in the natural. And that is why when the right person arrives, they will not just be an answer to your prayers, they will be the evidence of God's perfect timing. Some of you have been asking God, why haven't you sent them yet? But what if the delay is not about them? What if it is about you? What if God is protecting you from stepping into something too soon? What if He is developing qualities in you that will sustain the relationship once it begins? Because love is not just about finding the right person, it is about being the right person. And sometimes before God gives you what you desire, He first makes sure you are prepared to handle it. Look at the way God works in every area of life. He did not send David to the throne the moment he was anointed. He first had to go through years of preparation, trials, and refinement. Joseph was given a vision of his destiny, but before he stepped into it, he endured betrayal, imprisonment, and waiting. Even Moses spent years in the wilderness before he was ready to lead. So why do we think that when it comes to love, we should receive it without process, without growth, without divine timing? There are some things you cannot rush without ruining them. If you try to pick fruit before it is ripe, it will not taste the way it was meant to taste. If you try to build something without the right foundation, it will not last. And if you try to force a relationship before God's timing, it will bring more frustration than fulfillment. But when the time is right, there will be no striving, no guessing, no need to manipulate circumstances to make it work, because what God puts together is not built on human effort. It is built on divine order. And so instead of asking, when will it happen? Start asking, God, what are you doing in me right now? Because when God's timing unfolds, it will not be late and it will not be early. It will be exactly when it is meant to be. And when that moment comes, you will look back and realize that every second of waiting was worth it. God does not introduce you to your soulmate through randomness or coincidence. When He aligns two people, it is through a divine encounter orchestrated in ways far beyond human understanding. Some of you think that meeting the right person will happen through your own effort, through searching, striving, and putting yourself in the right places at the right times. But the truth is, when God is writing your love story, He does not need your manipulation. He does not need your anxiety. He does not need you to force what is not yet ready. God knows exactly when, where, and how to bring two people together. He is a master strategist. And when He sets up an introduction, it is not just about romance. It is about destiny. Some of you will look back on the way you met your person and realize that there was no way you could have arranged it yourself. You will see the fingerprints of God all over the details. You will recognize that every detour, every delay, every unexpected turn was leading you to this one divine moment of connection. Think about how God works in Scripture. When Isaac met Rebekah, It was not because he was out searching for a wife. It was because God had sent a servant on a mission, praying specific prayers for divine confirmation. When Ruth met Boaz, it was not because she was chasing after a husband. It was because she was faithfully following the path God had placed her on, and he positioned her in the right field at the right time. When Mary and Joseph came together, it was not because of their own planning. It was because God had chosen them to walk in a purpose far greater than they could have imagined. God's introductions are intentional. Some of you are so busy searching that you are missing the fact that God is preparing something greater than what you could ever find on your own. The right introduction does not come from chasing, it comes from trusting. It does not come from stressing, it comes from surrendering. It does not come from trying to make things happen on your own. It comes from walking in obedience and allowing God to order your steps. There are some relationships that are born out of desperation, and then there are those that are born out of divine alignment. When God is behind the introduction, it will not be built on manipulation, fear, or insecurity. It will not be a connection you had to force, beg for, or compromise yourself to keep. When God introduces you to the right person, there will be confirmation, peace, and an unshakable knowing deep in your spirit. But here is the challenge. Some of you are trying to create your own introduction, and that is why it is not working. You are stepping outside of God's timing, trying to manufacture something that only He can do. You are growing impatient, thinking that if you do not take control, you will miss out. But let me tell you something. When God is the one bringing two people together, you cannot miss what is meant for you. You do not have to chase it. You do not have to manipulate it. You do not have to stress over it. The problem is we often want control more than we want trust. We want to see the full picture before we say yes to the process. But faith is about believing that even when you do not see how things will come together, God is already aligning them. Faith is about knowing that even if you do not have all the answers now, there is a divine introduction being prepared in the unseen. So instead of asking, when will I meet him? Start asking, God, am I where you need me to be? Because the introduction will not come through your striving, it will come through your obedience. It will happen in a moment when you least expect it, in a way that you never saw coming, but when it happens, you will know without a doubt that it was God's hand that brought it together. And when that introduction takes place, it will not just be about you, it will be about purpose, about legacy, about the bigger picture God has been orchestrating all along. Because when God aligns two people, He is not just thinking about today. He is thinking about eternity. Before God introduces you to your soulmate, He takes you through a process of preparation that transforms you from the inside out. Many people think they are ready for love simply because they desire it, but desire alone is not enough. Love that is built to last requires maturity, strength, wisdom, and an ability to love beyond the surface. Some of you have been praying for God to send you the right person, but the real question is, have you become the right person? Because the love that God gives is not just about receiving, it is about giving. And before He allows you to walk into a covenant relationship, He makes sure you are prepared to love the way He intended. Preparation is not always easy. It stretches you, humbles you, and sometimes it even breaks you so that you can be rebuilt into the person God has called you to be. If you have ever wondered why God has not introduced you to your soulmate yet, ask yourself if you have truly allowed Him to prepare you, because there are some things that must be healed before love can be sustained. There are some mindsets that must be broken before a relationship can flourish. There are some wounds that must be closed before another person can step into your life. And God, in His wisdom, will not allow you to enter into a relationship that you are not yet prepared to maintain. Many people enter relationships still carrying the weight of their past. They bring in old wounds, unhealed trauma, insecurities, and fears that end up sabotaging the very thing they were praying for. Love alone does not heal brokenness. God does. And if you have not allowed him to do that work in you first, you will bring your pain into the relationship and expect another person to fix what only God can heal. That is why preparation is so important. God does not just want you to find love. He wants you to be ready to handle it. Preparation means learning how to love beyond emotions. It means learning how to communicate with wisdom instead of reacting in anger. It means developing patience, forgiveness, and selflessness. It means understanding that love is not just about what someone else can do for you. It is about how well you can serve, protect, and cherish another person. Because the love that God calls you to is not built on selfishness. It is built on sacrifice. If you are not prepared to love in the way that God intended, you are not ready for the one he has for you. Preparation also means learning how to trust God's timing. Some of you are frustrated because you feel like you have been waiting too long. You see others getting into relationships, getting married, building families, and you wonder why it has not happened for you yet. But what you do not see is that God is protecting you. He is not delaying you. He is developing you. He is shaping your character, refining your heart, and positioning you so that when he does bring your person, you will not just be ready to receive love, you will be ready to give it in the way he has called you to. Some of you are asking God for a king, but you are not yet prepared to be a queen. Some of you are asking God for a queen, but you have not yet become a king. You cannot expect to receive something you are not ready to sustain. You cannot ask God for something sacred while still holding on to behaviors, habits, and mindsets that would destroy the very thing you are praying for. God's love is not given recklessly, it is given intentionally. And if he has not introduced you to your soulmate yet, it is because he is still doing something in you. This season of preparation is not a punishment, it is a gift. It is an opportunity to grow, to heal, to become the best version of yourself. It is a time to draw closer to God, to allow him to shape you, to remove anything in you that would harm the relationship he is preparing for you. Do not waste this season complaining about what you do not have. Use it to become everything that God has called you to be. Because when the time is right, when God sees that you are fully prepared, when he knows that you are ready to love in the way he designed, he will introduce you to the person he has set apart just for you. And when that moment comes, you will not just be stepping into a relationship, you will be stepping into a destiny partnership. Because the one that God has for you is not just a person to love, they are a part of his greater plan for your life. But before you can receive that, you must first go through the preparation. Let God refine you. Let him mold you. Let him prepare you for the love that will last a lifetime. Because when he finally makes that introduction, you will see why the wait was necessary, why the preparation was worth it, and why his timing was perfect all along. God does not just bring two people together without a purpose. He aligns them in such a way that their connection is not only meaningful, but deeply rooted in his divine plan. The person he has for you is not just someone to fill a void, not just a companion for the sake of having someone around. They are a partner in your purpose, someone who will walk with you through life in a way that strengthens, elevates, and multiplies everything he has placed inside of you. The right person does not just make you feel good in the moment, they push you toward your destiny. Many people settle for relationships that are built on fleeting attraction, temporary emotions, or external validation. They choose companionship based on convenience rather than calling. But the one God has for you is not sent into your life to simply keep you company. They are sent to complement what God has already placed inside of you. When God aligns you with the right person, you will not have to suppress your gifts, dim your light, or compromise your purpose just to keep them. They will see the greatness in you, even in seasons when you do not see it yourself. A divine partnership is one in which two people sharpen each other, challenge each other to grow, and bring out the best in one another. The love God designs is not just about romance, it is about transformation. The one he has for you will be someone who speaks life into you when you feel discouraged, who prays for you when you are struggling, who pushes you to become everything God has created you. They will not distract you from your calling. They will inspire you to walk in it with greater boldness. The right person will not just love what you do, they will love who you are at your core. They will honor the values you stand for, respect the calling on your life, and support you in the areas where you need strength. When God is the author of a relationship, there is no competition, no jealousy, no need to prove yourself. You will not feel drained trying to keep their attention, nor will you feel like you have to fight for their love. Instead, their presence in your life will feel like confirmation, like a missing piece falling into place, like a partnership that was designed before either of you even knew it. But before God introduces you to the one who complements your purpose, He first ensures that you are walking in your own identity. You cannot fully recognize a destiny partner if you are still uncertain about who you are, if you are still chasing approval from the world, if you are still trying to find your worth in people instead of in God. Some of you are looking for someone to complete you, but the truth is, God's design for love is not about completing it. It is about complementing. You are already whole in Him. The right person will not come to fill a void. They will come to walk beside you as you both fulfill the calling on your lives. One of the biggest mistakes people make is settling for someone who does not align with their purpose because they fear that waiting on the right person will take too long. But a rushed relationship will never produce the fruit of a God-ordained one. The love that God has for you is worth the wait, and when He aligns you with the right person, it will not feel forced or uncertain. There will be clarity, peace, and confirmation. Think about divine partnerships throughout history. When God brought Adam and Eve together, it was not just about companionship, it was about purpose. When He aligned Ruth and Boaz, it was not just about love, it was about legacy. When He placed Mary and Joseph together, it was not just about marriage, it was about a divine assignment. Every connection God forms serves a greater purpose than just personal happiness. It plays a role in something much bigger. Some of you are asking God for the right person, but you're still entertaining people who pull you away from your calling. You're still engaging in relationships that drain you rather than empower you. Connections that weaken your faith rather than strengthen it. But when God aligns you with the right person, they will not be a distraction from your purpose. They will be a reinforcement of it. God is not just looking at who you are today. He is looking at where you are going. He is not just thinking about your present desires. He is thinking about your future impact. And that is why He is so intentional about who He places in your life. The one He has for you will not just be someone you love. They will be someone who challenges you to become more, to grow deeper in faith, to step boldly into your calling. So if you are in a season where you are wondering when the right person will come, shift your focus. Instead of looking for them, start looking at your own path. Are you walking in your purpose? Are you positioned where God needs you to be? Because when you are aligned with His plan, the right person will not just come into your life, they will recognize you just as you will recognize them. When that introduction happens, you will know that it is not by chance. You will see the hand of God in every detail, in every moment leading up to it, in every prayer that was answered in ways greater than you imagined. And when that person arrives, they will not just fit into your life, they will add to it, build with you, grow with you, and walk with you in a purpose that is far greater than either of you could accomplish alone. God's way of confirming your soulmate is unlike anything the world offers. When He speaks, He does not bring confusion, doubt, or fear. He brings clarity, peace, and an unshakable knowing in your spirit. Some of you have been searching, wondering, and second-guessing, asking yourself, is this the one? But when God confirms someone in your life, there is no need for anxiety, no need to force things, no need to manipulate circumstances to make it work. His confirmation is undeniable. It settles in your heart like a truth you cannot ignore. Many people believe that love is just about emotions, about how someone makes them feel in the moment. But feelings alone are not enough to confirm whether a person is truly from God. Feelings can be deceiving. Attraction can fade. Infatuation can cloud judgment. That is why God's confirmation is not based on fleeting emotions. It is based on alignment, purpose, and a deep sense of knowing that goes beyond human reasoning. When he sends the right person, it is not just a surface level connection. It is a spiritual, emotional, and purpose-driven bond that stands the test of time. God's confirmation often comes through peace. Some of you have been in relationships where you felt constant unease, like you were always trying to convince yourself that it was right when deep down something felt off. But when God is in it, you do not have to convince yourself. There is a peace that surpasses all understanding, a sense of security that tells you this is it. You do not feel the need to beg for love, to chase after it, or to fight for someone to stay. Love that is from God is stable, strong, and rooted in something greater than human desire. Another way God confirms the right person is through alignment. The one he has for you will not pull you away from your purpose. They will push you deeper into it. They will not be a distraction. They will be a confirmation. If someone is causing you to compromise your values, if they are making you doubt your worth, if they are pulling you away from the things that matter most, that is not a divine connection. The right person will encourage your growth, inspire your faith, and support your journey without hesitation. God also confirms through wise counsel. Sometimes, when we are emotionally attached to someone, it is difficult to see things clearly. That is why he places the right voices in our lives to help us discern. If those who love you, those who pray for you, those who have wisdom and insight are warning you about someone, do not ignore it. God often speaks through people, using them to either confirm a relationship or warn against it. When the right person comes, there will be harmony, not just in your heart, but in the people who genuinely want the best for you. Timing is another key way God confirms a relationship. Some of you have met the right person, but the timing was off. And when God is in control, he will not allow something good to happen at the wrong time. He is a God of order. And when he brings two people together, he makes sure they are both in a place where they can receive each other fully. Sometimes delays are not denials. They are divine preparation. If something is not coming together now, it does not mean it never will. It just means God is still working, still preparing, still aligning the details for the perfect moment. God also confirms relationships by removing counterfeits. Some of you have been holding on to relationships that were never meant for you, and as long as you are entertaining the wrong one, you will not have space for the right one. Sometimes before God brings the right person, he allows the wrong ones to leave, and even though it may hurt in the moment, he is making room for something far greater. Do not fight for something that God is trying to remove. Trust that if he is closing a door, it is because he has something better on the other side. A divine confirmation does not mean a relationship will be free of challenges, but it does mean that even in difficult moments, there will be a foundation strong enough to withstand them. When God confirms your soulmate, there will be a sense of unity, a connection that does not waver with circumstances. Love that is truly from him is not built on superficial things. It is built on trust, respect, faith, and a commitment that is deeper than mere emotion. Some of you are still waiting for that confirmation, still wondering if God has someone for you. And let me tell you this, he does not forget his promises. He is not ignoring your prayers. He is working behind the scenes, setting things in motion, making sure that when he finally brings the right person into your life, you will recognize them and they will recognize you. When that moment comes, there will be no striving, no desperation, no wondering if they are the one. There will be peace, alignment, and a certainty that comes from God alone. And when you receive that confirmation, you will understand why every delay, every closed door, every painful goodbye was necessary, because what he has for you will not just be a relationship, it will be a testimony of his perfect plan. God's timing is not our timing. We want things now in our own way and on our own terms. We think that we have it all figured out, and that if we move fast enough, if we plan enough, if we search enough, we can make things happen according to our own timeline. But God's ways are higher than our ways, and his timing is far beyond our understanding. When it comes to the person he has chosen for you, his timing is always perfect. There is no rush, no need to panic, no reason to settle for less than what he has for you. If you find yourself in a season of waiting, it is not because God is ignoring your prayers. It is because he is preparing you for something greater than what you can see. There are times when God delays the arrival of your soulmate, not because he has forgotten, but because he is working on your character, refining your heart, and aligning the circumstances around you to create the perfect moment for that introduction. His timing is never too late or too early. It is always exactly when you need it. There are moments in life when it seems like everyone around you is getting what you desire. Your friends are in relationships, your family members are getting married, and it feels like you are being left behind. You may start to question, why hasn't God brought me someone yet? But do not mistake waiting for abandonment. Sometimes God is simply giving you time to grow, to heal, to step into the fullness of who he created you to be before he introduces you to the one who will walk alongside you in your destiny. When the time is right, God will bring the right person into your life in such a way that you will know without a doubt that it is by his design. There will be no confusion, no second guessing, no wondering if this is the one. You will recognize them because God will confirm it in your heart. But that confirmation will not come until you are fully prepared to embrace the person he has for you, until you are spiritually, emotionally, and mentally in a place where you can receive love in the way that he designed it. God's timing is also about protecting you. Some of you may be in relationships right now that you are trying to make work because you think you should settle or that this is the best it's going to get. But God is protecting you from heartbreak, from pain, from wasted years with someone who is not meant for you. His delays are not denials. If he has not brought someone into your life yet, it is because he is guarding you, shielding you from something that would hurt you in the long run. Trust that his delays are part of his protection and his perfect plan. There are seasons when you must learn to be content in the waiting. God may not give you answers right away, but he will always give you peace in the process. You do not have to have it all figured out right now. You do not have to rush ahead. The relationship that God has for you will not be found by your striving. It will be found by your trust. You must trust that God knows exactly what he is doing, and when the time is right, he will bring the person who is meant to be with you. This trust in God's timing means letting go of the pressure to make things happen. Some of you are forcing relationships that were never meant to be, staying in situations that are draining you, holding on to people who are not good for you. Let go of the idea that you have to find love on your own terms, on your own timeline. Love that is forced is never sustainable, but love that is aligned with God's perfect timing will be built to last, grounded in his will and marked by his peace. Waiting on God's timing also means trusting that he knows the perfect moment for both you and your future spouse. There is no rush. God is not going to introduce you to someone when you are not ready, and he will not bring the right person into your life until he knows that both of you are prepared to step into that relationship. His delays are for your protection, for your growth, and for the preservation of the beautiful connection that will come when the time is right. God is preparing both you and your future spouse in this waiting season. He is working on you to become the person he has called you to be, and he is working on your future spouse to make them ready for you. You may not see it right now, but in the waiting, God is doing something powerful behind the scenes. There are conversations that need to happen, circumstances that need to align, and seasons of growth that need to take place before the two of you can come together. Trust that everything is happening in perfect harmony, according to his divine timing. The key is not to rush, not to settle, not to make things happen on your own. The key is to trust that God has a plan for your love life. Trust that his timing is perfect, even when it doesn't make sense. Trust that He is working behind the scenes, aligning all the details, and preparing you for the beautiful love He has for you. When the time is right, when you are both ready, He will bring that person into your life in a way that is beyond your imagination. And when it happens, you will know without a doubt that it was worth the wait. God does not introduce you to your soulmate simply for the sake of companionship. He does it for a higher purpose. The person He brings into your life is not just there to fulfill your desires or meet your needs. They are there to walk with you in your divine assignment. Every relationship God orchestrates is designed to move you closer to the person He has created you to be and to fulfill the calling He has placed on your life. This is why His selection of your soulmate is not arbitrary. It is intentional and part of a greater plan that goes beyond just the two of you. When God introduces you to your soulmate, it is not just about creating a relationship, it is about creating a partnership that pushes both of you toward your shared destiny. When God aligns two people, He does so in a way that complements their individual callings and purposes. It is not about two people who are perfect in themselves. It is about two people who together form a powerful union that magnifies God's glory and fulfills His purposes. The relationship is more than just what happens between you and that person. It impacts everyone around you, your community, your family, and the generations to come. When He brings two people together, He is thinking about legacy. He is thinking about impact. He is thinking about how the bond will contribute to His kingdom on earth. This understanding of purpose changes the way you view relationships. It shifts your mindset from seeing your soulmate as just someone to make you happy to realizing that they are part of a bigger plan that God has for your life. They are the missing piece in a puzzle you didn't even know you were completing. There is a divine harmony in the way He brings two people together, one that is not just about physical attraction, emotional connection, or even shared interests, but about the alignment of hearts toward a common purpose. When you realize that your soulmate is part of God's plan, you will begin to see them differently. They are not there to complete you in the sense of filling a void, but to partner with you to fulfill the will of God. They will challenge you to grow, sharpen your faith, and push you to become the best version of yourself. God's purpose for your relationship is not just about how you feel in the moment, but about what you are both called to do together. Your relationship becomes a conduit through which God can accomplish greater things. One of the most profound ways that God introduces you to your soulmate is by ensuring that you are both in the right place spiritually. God is not just concerned with your physical location. He is concerned with where you are in your walk with Him. He will lead you both to a place where your paths will cross at the right time. Not when you are still struggling with your own identity or when you are not yet mature enough to handle the responsibility of a relationship. His timing is perfect, and He will bring you together when He knows that you are both spiritually ready to enter into a relationship that honors Him. This process of spiritual alignment is vital because it is only when both individuals are rooted in their faith that they can build a relationship that is lasting and fulfilling. The foundation of your relationship with your soulmate will not be built on convenience, lust, or temporary emotions. It will be built on God's Word, His truth, and His love. It is a foundation that can withstand the trials and challenges that life brings. If your relationship is rooted in Christ, nothing in the world will be able to shake it. When God introduces you to your soulmate, it is not just about romantic connection. It is about partnership in faith. You both will need to stand firm together, pray together, and encourage each other in your spiritual journeys. A relationship based solely on feelings or earthly desires will not stand the test of time. But a relationship that is rooted in Christ where both individuals are aligned with His purpose and committed to growing in their faith, will endure and flourish. At times, the journey to meeting your soulmate will not make sense. You may wonder why you have to go through certain hardships, why things aren't coming together as quickly as you thought they would. But God's timing and plan are far greater than anything you can see. He uses the waiting period to strengthen you, to develop your character, and to prepare you for the role you are going to play in the relationship. The waiting is not wasted, it is preparation. It is God's way of ensuring that when you meet your soulmate, you will both be equipped to step into your shared destiny with confidence and faith. During this waiting period, you may experience feelings of loneliness, doubt, or frustration, but trust that God is not withholding good things from you. He is not punishing you. He is preparing you. He is making sure that when the time comes, you will be ready to step into a relationship that will enhance your life, that will bring you closer to your purpose, and that will glorify Him. When you finally meet the person God has for you, it will be more than just a coincidence. It will be a divine encounter that is marked by peace, clarity, and a sense of divine orchestration. You will know deep in your spirit that this is the person God has chosen for you. There will be no guessing, no doubting, no confusion. You will recognize them as the one who complements you, who fits with your purpose, and who is aligned with God's will for your life. God's purpose for introducing you to your soulmate is far greater than just fulfilling your personal desires. It is about fulfilling His plan for your life and for the world. When two people come together under God's guidance, the result is not just a beautiful relationship. It is a partnership that serves a higher purpose. And in that partnership, you will find fulfillment, joy, and peace that goes beyond what you could ever imagine. It is a relationship that reflects God's love and His purpose for the world. A relationship that will bring glory to Him and make an eternal impact.